What are we gonna do tonight, O.C.G?
Well, the same thing we try to do every night, Bertrum. Take over YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, and this is my review for HOMEBODY. So, dear viewer, if you wouldn't mind, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and like this video. HOMEBODY was released in 2023, and this is a time loop survival horror puzzle game thingy from those talented YouTube bastards, Game Grumps. Now, I think they previously made a video game, something to do with daddies and dreams, Dream Daddy or something, but I've not had the pleasure of playing that game. But I have played HOMEBODY, so what did I think of it? Well, haha, let's find out together, shall we? So, story. We play as Emily, who has gathered with her college buddies at a remote rental house to watch a meteor shower or some such nonsense. But little do they know that very soon a killer will be stalking each of them, and this killer has nefarious intentions. Now, there's a lot more to the story than that. There's themes of depression, O.C.G, anxiety, but if I was to go into all of that, this review would be over an hour long, because I could probably talk about each of those issues and my personal experiences with them forever. Literally forever. I could sit here, hit record, and talk about it for 10 hours. I could talk about anxiety, I could talk about depression, but no one wants to hear about that in a video game review. All I can say is the themes that are explored in this game are explored fantastically. And while I don't think the overall story is really anything to do with the fact that these college buddies are being picked off by a masked killer, so much as it is about exploring Emily's anxiety and O.C.D. and the fact... What was I saying? It's gone clean right out of my head. Oh well. Oh yes, the story for HOMEBODY. The story is absolutely fantastic. And like I hinted at the beginning, there is a time loop element to this game, which I'm not going to spoil for you here. If you want to know what that's all about, go and play the bloody game for yourself and you'll find out. So, gameplay. You'll be controlling Emily, and as Emily, you will explore the remote house you've all decided to shack up in for the weekend, evading the killer, talking to your friends, and solving puzzles. And each of these puzzles will not only let you progress a little bit further in the game, but they'll also reveal sort of, not really, what's actually going on in this game. Now, if you're not a fan of puzzle games, have no fear. I myself used a walkthrough for this very playthrough, and though I'm 60% ashamed to admit that, after having played the game in its entirety and getting 100% of the trophies for the game, boy am I glad that I did, because I can imagine I might still be playing the game and I might be getting rather annoyed with it. But the game does give you enough information that you can solve all of the puzzles competently. Maybe not efficiently, but competently. I like that word, competently. Haha. So what else can I tell you about the game? Well, it's a very retro-looking game. Looks like something out of the PS2 era, which is not a bad thing, might I add. Sadly, there is no voice acting. I like a bit of voice acting in my video games. If you're gonna kill someone in front of me, I at least want to hear the bastard scream or something. Come to think of it, that makes me sound like a little bit of a sicko. Almost like I'm the kind of person who would stalk college people around the house while wearing a mask. Let's move on. So, what did I think of the game? I must admit that for being a game all about a killer stalking you in a house, I found this game to be rather relaxing. There's no combat, there's no gunplay, there's no moral choices, though you can have conversations with your college buddies, before they are ultimately slaughtered, of course. There isn't really much of a deep-seated mystery at the heart of the game. It's not so much a whodunit as it is a why the hell is all this shit happening and how could it possibly happen to me at the worst possible moment? Sorry, but this is a very good little horror game, even though it isn't particularly scary. Like I said, it's more focused on themes of anxiety and depression and OCD, and personally, I think that's incredibly interesting. So, I'm going to give HOMEBODY a 7 out of 10. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, my totally not improvised review for HOMEBODY. If you enjoyed this little review of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well then, feel free to give me a thumbs down. But please remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer, and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming.
Are you still here? Oh, you must have really enjoyed this video then. In that case, you had better subscribe to the channel and check out our other content. Otherwise, you're a booby pants, and no one wants to be a booby pants.